Mr. Biggs is now recognized. Mr. Biggs.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I support the resolution from Congressman Kerry. Treasury Secretary Yellen spent the better part of last year waving off concerns about inflation while she, President Biden, and the rest of the Biden regime promoted their fiscally reckless Build Back Better agenda. I'm concerned that the Secretary was either unaware of or ignored the economic reality that more federal government spending fuels inflation through expansionary fiscal policy and monetary devaluation of our currency. And I don't know which possibility is worse. Congress needs to see and understand the analysis of the Department of Treasury's economists to determine how Secretary Yellen justified support for policies that would worsen inflation. On May 2nd, 2021, she said, quote, "I don't believe that inflation will be an issue, but if it becomes an issue, we have tools to address it. These are historic investments that we need to make our economy productive and fair," close quote. 2 days later, she said, quote, "I don't think there's going to be an inflationary problem," close quote. Less than a month later, she said, as year-over-year inflation increased by 4.2%, the fastest rate of increase since 2008, she said, quote, "My judgment right now is that the recent inflation that we've seen will be temporary. It's not something that's permanent or endemic," close quote. On October 29, 2021, annual inflation rose at its fastest pace in more than 30 years, up to 4.4%. But Yellen stated, quote, "Year-over-year inflation remains high and will for some time simply because of what's already happened in the first months of the year. But monthly rates, I believe, will come down in the second half of the year," close quote. Same day, she said, "I don't think these investments will drive up inflation at all. It will boost the economy's potential to grow, the economy's supply potential, which tend to push inflation down, not up. It's anti-inflationary in that sense." Finally, on June 1st, she began to see reality. June 1st, not of 21, but of this year. She said, "I think I was wrong about the path that inflation would take." And just 3 days ago, she said in an article that I'll be submitting for the record that she now believes inflation will return to normal levels over the next couple of years. The American people are still struggling to deal with the impact of inflation on household budgets, and the administration continues to push for more and more government spending. That's their solution, either that or to tax already high oil and gas extraction, development, and searches for it. This resolution of inquiry would provide Congress with necessary information on how the Treasury Department is analyzing and justifying policies that are detrimental to the American people. And here's one that I think is so critical. I get a kick when I hear my colleagues across the aisle saying, Republicans just won't work with us. They won't work with Democrats on inflation issues. And yet Democrats have controlled the House, the Senate, and the White House for the last 2 years when they've ginned up all of the conditions to give us this inflationary period that we are in and will, as Secretary Yellen is now predicting, be in for the next couple of years. I also thought it was instructive when on June 29th of this year, the Federal Reserve Chairman, Jay Powell, stated, quote, we don't really understand how, excuse me, this is messed up here. This is wrong. What he basically said was this: we don't fully understand inflation yet. That's what he said. That's the Federal Reserve Chair. And yet in 101, Econ 101, I think we're all taught that when you devalue your currency, that is the standard definition. If you look in any economics textbook, the standard classical definition of inflation is the devaluation of your currency. That's what it is. And we've done that. And that's what we've done by putting almost $6 trillion of excess dollars into the economy. Well, Madam Chair, I have a few seconds left, and I wanted to say one thing before you go. I've enjoyed being in this committee with you as the chair. I'll enjoy it better with Mr. Comer as chair, but I have enjoyed it with you as chair because you've always been fair in recognizing and giving time. Thank you.